The Magicians, The Last Dance by Rachel Lawson. It was a hot, humid and stormy night when the King of Doom was awoken by an especially loud clash of thunder. From his most horrific nightmare-like vision yet. Horrific visions were nothing new for him. He had them a lot. It was why he was called the King of Doom. "Are you all right, Junior?" asked his housemate Gabriel Adamson, running into his room. Thinking something was wrong, hearing the king scream as he awoke in the neighbouring room. "To Gabriel, my head hurts. I just saw a massacre," the king said, in shock. "A nightmare or a dark vision?" asked his friend. "A vision, I'm afraid," said the king. "Oh no." "Can we prevent it?" asked his friend. "I don't know, but nothing will stop me from trying to stop it," said the king. "Do you know where it's going to happen?" asked Gabriel. "Yes, the New Year dance party at Charing Cross Ballroom," said the king. "What happens?" Gabriel asked. "A woman posing as a reveller will open fire on a full dance floor," said the king, looking as if he was seeing the aftermath which he had, and it left him traumatized. "Should we warn the police?" asked Gabriel. "No, they never believe me when I see visions," said the king. "Oh yeah. Should we tell your granddad? He's the emperor of our people and can stop it," said Gabriel. "No, we can deal with it. We don't need the place full of magicians risking their lives," the king said. "Less collateral damage if it goes wrong. With just us." "True," said Gabriel. Later that week, at the scene of the crime, the king and his friend Gabriel arrived incognito. "Such a merry place for a scene of a disaster," said Gabriel. "Yes," said the king grimly. "Can we empty the building to save them?" asked Gabriel. "Not likely. Without more trouble, they may strike earlier," said the king. "We do not know who the killer is," said Gabriel. "True mingling is the only way to find them," said the king. "Yes, okay. So we go dance and chat till something happens," said Gabriel. "Yes," said the king, wandering off, finding a nervous wallflower. "Hello, do you want to dance?" said the king, smiling charmingly. "Hello. Thank you. Yes," said the wallflower, standing. "My name is Lance. What is your name?" said the king, trying to break the ice. "Michelle," said the wallflower, smiling, as she waltzed with the king. The king spied Gabriel waltzing nearby, looking oddly suspicious. He was obviously looking for the would-be killer. The king chuckled, thinking it served him right to take the masked chicken on a sting. The masked chicken was a bit of an idiot on a good day, but his heart was in the right place. What's the joke? Asked Michelle seriously. I was thinking of a joke, lied the king charmingly. What was the joke? Asked Michelle. The king, panicking, thought of the last joke he heard. Why ghosts bad liars? Said the king awkwardly. He knew it was a bit obvious. Why? Michelle asked. You can see through them, said the king. Michelle laughed. Yeah, they are see-through, said Michelle. The tune ended. Do you want to get a drink with me? We can dance after, said the king charmingly. Okay, said Michelle. They wandered over to the drinks table. Sherry from Monshady? The king said, bowing slightly. Oh, how sweet, but no, I want a glass of water, said Michelle, quite charmed by her new beau. Okay, water for Michelle then, said the king awkwardly. I need to go powder my nose, said Michelle after drinking. All right, see you when you come back, said the king. When Michelle was gone, he walked over to the chicken, who was still dancing. Excuse me, I need to borrow your partner, said the king, breaking in. His partner was happy to see him gone. I was dancing, said the chicken, upset to be interrupted. We are working, said the king seriously. Oh, yeah. How was your partner? Asked the chicken. A nice young lady, said the king, smiling. Did you find the mark? Hello, Lance. Is this a friend of yours? Asked Michelle, walking up to the king, smiling. Welcome back, Michelle. Yes, this is my friend Gabriel Marks, said the king. The chicken smiled nervously. Do you want the last dance, Lance? Asked Michelle. Lance led her to the floor, smiling outside, but nervous inside. Nervous because it was near the time when the killer would strike. As the last waltz played, every fibre in the king's being was screaming a warning. Something was wrong. He knew he'd have to wing it when the killer strikes. He danced, chatted, and smiled. There was no reflection of his concerns in his countenance. He heard a loud bang and felt a sudden sharp pain in his side. He looked at the source of the noise, a gun in Michelle's hand. Michelle, why? Asked the king, shocked, falling to the ground, realizing he'd been shot. Junior, cried the chicken, worried for his friend. Drop the gun, girl. A voice said behind her. She did. Why did I do that? Asked Michelle, not knowing why she dropped the gun. I hypnotized you with the voice, grumbled the owner of the voice. Grandad, how? Said the pained voice of the king. The chicken called me, said Blake, the king's granddad. Michelle ran off. Don't mind her. I brought help, said Blake, looking at his grandson's wound, as he was a doctor as well as a coroner. He'll be all right, Blake said. Michelle ran outside, thinking she had escaped. And then she saw a slew of policemen standing outside there with a man in a blue tux and a mask and a top hat. A magician like the king and the chicken and Blake. "Stop or they'll shoot," shouted the magician. The enchanter, who was the king's dad. She gave up to the police.